dive into today's buy or sell. And the question on the table is very, very simple. Guys, buy or sell. Will the Green Bay Packers miss the playoffs? What playoff? What? Miss the playoffs, Buck? Do you guys realize just, I don't know, less than a week ago, 2 weeks ago, Super Bowl bound, baby, best team in the NFC, and now all of a sudden, back-to-back losses, air quotes there, a tie to the Dallas Cowboys and get a beat down by the Cleveland Browns? Guys, right now, the Green Bay Packers are hitting at 2-1-1 heading into their bye week. Now, on paper, it doesn't look that bad at all, right? But if you look beyond the stats, look beyond the numbers, look beyond the film, there are cracks in the Green Bay Packers. And those cracks are big enough to derail their playoff hopes right now if they do not fix them fast. First things first, guys, is the offensive line. The offensive line is a big, glaring issue. Aaron Banks has been sidelined with the growing problems. Zach Tom is battling the oblique. Without those two anchors on the left and right side of the line, Jordan Love has been under more pressure than he should, and the running game has been very, very inconsistent. You cannot make a playoff push if your quarterback is consistently being hurried and your rushing attack can't stay on schedule and getting sacks. Then there's a special teams issue. Rich Group has already they've had another blocked kick this season, giving away points in close games. Matter of fact, the blocked PAT was that 3-point swing that the Dallas Cowboys needed to really get into the game. It would have been 14-0. Turned out it was 13-2 at that point, and that really fueled the Dallas Cowboys. And in a crowded NFC where every win and every point matters, that kind of mistakes is a difference between January football and sitting at home. Now, defensively, things are not much better. For years, for the last few weeks, we've been talking about how great the Green Bay Packers defense is. The Green Bay Packers identity has been about defense and making timely stops. But so far this season, they're struggling to generate pass pressure. And even when they do, it really hasn't rattled the opposing quarterbacks. Look no further than their tie with the Dallas Cowboys, right? Dak Prescott was only pressured 5 times in the first 3 quarters. And when then when the Packers finally started getting to him late, it didn't even matter. He carved them up, completing 10 of 13 passes for 121 yards and 6 first downs while under pressure. That's not a very disruptive defense, right? Mr. Micah Parsons is supposed to make the Super Bowl bound. That's a defense that's getting pushed around and bullied by a backup offensive line. But the most concerning part of all the ability is to close out games. Green Bay Packers have blown fourth quarter leads in back-to-back weeks. Against the Browns, they gave up a double-digit lead with just 4 minutes left to play. Against the Cowboys, they had a chance to seal the win, but they couldn't. It ended in a tie. That's the first time the Packers have blown consecutive fourth quarter leads since 2010. And it's not the kind of history that you want to repeating if you're aiming for the playoffs. Now, if you zoom out a little bit, right? Zoom out to the bigger picture of the NFC picture. It only gets tougher. The Eagles are undefeated. The Lions are rolling on the top of their division. The 49ers are still one of the most league's dangerous team, injuries or not. The Rams are reloaded, and they are looking sharp. Their margin for error is razor thin, and the Packers are already leaking in multiple areas. So, guys, buy or sell. Will the Packers miss the playoffs? Guys, I am buying this. Yes, the Packers will miss the postseason. Yes, the Packers' Super Bowl run is already over before it even started. Between the injuries, the special teams miscues, and the lack of pressure and the inability to finish games, this doesn't look like a team built for a playoff run. Unless they come out of a bye healthier, sharper in every phase of the aspect, they're going to fall short. But here's the kicker. They can prove me wrong. If Banks and Toms get healthy, if their special teams gets fixed to protection, if their defense starts forcing turnovers, if this team learns how to finish games late, they can absolutely fight their way back into the mix. But right now, they won't. So, guys, let me throw it to you. Are the Packers good enough to turn things around and sneak into the playoffs, or are they destined for another disappointment? Comment down below. I want to hear from you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. So Laura's saying, yeah, buy or sell time, baby. Let's go. Will Lawson is saying buy. Will has been pretty adamant that we were on the Green Bay Packers hype train way too early. And Will, you are right. After that Detroit Lions win, week number 1, Micah Parsons came in and did his thing, right? The 6 plays that he played. Oh, the Packers are here. The Packers are here. Will's like, slow it down, baby. Y'all need to slow it down, baby. But he is buying that the Green Bay Packers will not make the playoffs. And Will, I am with you. Alpha Rob says, Bucky, just slow it down. Stop overreacting to these silly ass wins because it's sell. They do make the playoffs as a wild card team, though. Honestly, Alpha Rob, there will probably be at least 5 or 6 teams with 9 wins in the NFC this season. It is going to be very, very crowded in the NFC this season, as they could absolutely make a wild card game. This tie hurts them tremendously. It's terrible, and that's exactly what Laura says. She says bye. She says the Packers will not make the playoffs. Doesn't the tie hurt that chance? The tie does not help the chance at all. So basically, in a roundabout way, Laura, the tie more or less counts as a loss because you do not get that win, right? So when we are looking at the playoff picture, when we say 9 wins from the Vikings, when we see 9 wins from the, let's say the Rams, 9 wins from the Cardinals and the 49ers, and 9 wins from this team, but then we see the Packers at 8-8 and 1, they are a half a game behind all of those teams. So technically they're 8-9. So yes, it is only a half a game, but it's still not a game in the win column, and that's going to hurt them in the long run. You are absolutely correct. Melo Mike is saying sell. They got caught playing down to competition, way down, in case of them boys. So Melo Mike, I would agree with you if it was just the Dallas Cowboys, right? But they put up 40 points. Both teams put up 40 points. It was an absolute shootout. I think they overlooked the Cleveland Browns. I think they overlooked the Browns looking for that Sunday night matchup versus Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys, like all that hype that it was building, right? I think they overlooked the Cleveland Browns, but maybe the defense just isn't as good as we thought it was. Maybe this defense just isn't very good. Because when you look at it, the Browns' offense is not very good. Joe Flacco is not very good. Let's just be honest. Maybe 20 years ago, but right now he's not very good. And what was the final score? 13-10, right? And then you play the Commanders. Yes, you only held the Commanders to 27 points, but that's not winning football. Or sorry, 18 points. The Commanders was out Jaden Daniels the whole second half, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see after the bye week how they do against the Bengals. We'll see after the bye week how they do against the Pittsburgh Steelers and then the Eagles. They will be battle tested, but we will see. We'll see. Will Olson says they have been missing their receivers, Reed and Watson. Yes. Watson is still rehabbing from his ACL tear, which they just paid the man. I don't know why they paid him when coming off an ACL tear. You don't even know if it's going to be back or not. And then Reed as well. I don't know what is wrong with Jaden Reed, but yeah, he is on IR, so he's at least out until week 8, right? Week 7. So however, they still got a pretty good receiving core. They still got Matthew Golden, which stopped doing the spin moves, right? They got Romeo Doubs, still pretty damn good. Wicks is still pretty damn good. They still have a pretty deep receiving core, even without Watson and Reed. Adding Watson and Reed back later in the season does not help their defense, though. Defense is terrible right now. Titans cornerback L'Jarius Sneed said he didn't know who Nico Collins was. That's because he ran so far past Sneed he couldn't read the back of his jersey on Sunday. L'Jarius Sneed just needs to go back to Kansas City. That's what it comes down to. He needs to simply go back to Kansas City. But guys, let's jump